Unless we understand this, we cannot get the points given by Swamiji in such a manner, how it will be useful in our life. So the countries together forms the world. Of course, these are the basic concepts. Let us go fast. Societies form a country, families like a society, and individuals form the families. So when we find a way to see the peace in self, then it can be extended to the family members, the society, and the world. See, if two countries having fight with them, among them rather, sitting over the counter, table, if they sign any peace treaty, any war cannot come to an end. In fact, literally we are seeing the present day, the war between the Ukraine and Russia. So there is UNO, everything is there, International Court of Justice is there, but nobody have a say on it. Nobody can control this. That's what Swamiji said. Unless an individual understands himself or self, definitely it will not be possible to attain the world peace. So that's why Swamiji starts from the individual peace. So the individual, how can he lead a peaceful life? Only when he understands the values of self. That means body, mind, and soul. So unless he understands the value about these three things, body, mind, and soul, he may not be in a position to maintain the harmony between these three. Which one? Body, mind, and soul. That's why Swamiji, to attain the individual peace, he should be in a position to understand these three, body, mind, and soul. So Swamiji has formulated certain practice, say simplified Kundalini Yoga, consisting of three parts. First one is meditation, then simplified physical exercise, then Kayakalpa Yoga for the soul. So let us have this in our mind. So then only, unless we know the value of ourself, we may not be able to understand others rather. So most of the time we live putting a circle around us. I expect a lot from about others, but I'm not in a position to understand what they expect from me. So there we fail. And moreover, whatever I expect from others, I expect that it should be completed, it should be done, it should be achieved. I forget that in the same manner, those people also will expect from me. To my convenience, I forget this basic concept. So that's why Swamiji said, as far as yoga is concerned, it is not correcting others. Yoga is correcting ourselves. That's why Swamiji in Tamil he used to say, what is yoga? Yoga means taking care of our thought force. In Tamil, Ennam Tanaga எழுந்து அலையாமல் எண்ணத்தின் எண்ணமாயிருப்பது யோகம். So when we take care of the thoughts that emanates from the mind, definitely we can have a peaceful life, because anger is also in a thought. Worry is thought only, and desire thought only. So when we are in a position to understand and do the introspection under the caption analysis of thought, definitely we can understand the other, all the three, whether it is anger or desire or worries. So only when we understand the self by means of understanding the mind. So here Swamiji adds, you are not possible, it is not possible, you are not supposed to control the mind. It is not possible to control. So instead of trying to control the mind, you take care, you understand, you analyze, and when you understand what is mind, why it functions like this, then easily the mind will come under our control. So that is the purpose of this main yoga. So once again, I repeat, yoga is for self, not for others. I have to correct myself. What are the plus points and what are the minus points within me? So how to eradicate the minus points and how to improve the plus points. That is a basic concept. So for this purpose only, Swamiji has initiated this introspection course. So when we do this introspection along with the meditation, because unless we do the meditation, our mind will not be in a position to do the introspection. It will not cooperate. So that's why introspection and meditation are both interlinked. So then only we can lead a peaceful life. So we can take care of our self-peace and as well as the family peace. So then only we can achieve world peace is possible only through the individual peace. It's not moving. Yeah. So what is individual peace? If it is not, if it is not there, what will happen? Only if in searching of the individual peace, we are going somewhere, whether it is temple, church, or mosque, anywhere for that matter. If you fail to find the peace there, what happens? We are hospitalized. The pressure, the tension, the stress. So instead of leading a peaceful life within our family, we are searching the peace outside. What happens? See, we search the peace in fame, in money, in society, in politics, everything, this and that. But peace is self-related. Should be traced out and found out only in self. And when we practice this yoga, we will not become a burden on us. That means we will not be hospitalized. We will take care of our health. Second thing, we will not be burdened on our family and as well as the society. So the main purpose of the yoga is taking care of self. That means leading a hale and healthy life. That's very, very important. The state of conscious mind. And this. What is peace? Ecstasy, peace, pain, happiness. That means whatever action we perform, it ends in four, resulting in the four ways, I think, say. Ecstasy, peace, pain, happiness. First one, happiness. When it crosses the limit, it results in pain. So there is the equilibrium we call this. It's called peace. Ecstasy means bliss. That is merging with the absolute space. That is a realization of God. What is meant by that? Not seeing the God. It's not possible to see the God, but we can feel the presence of God, because everything is taken care of by God, the supreme power, nature. Let you give any name for that matter, whether it is Lord Shiva, Shiva, or Jesus or Allah, any name for that matter. There is one supreme being. It takes care of all the human beings. Then a question arises: if God has created everybody and everything, why there is difference among the people? See, somebody is leading a peaceful life, well and healthy, wealth, as well as knowledge, and as well as structure, there is a change, and health-wise there is a change. Why there is a difference? If in that case, the creation by the God is wrong, it's not like that. So according to the deeds that we are doing, thought, word, and deed, our genetic center, according to the pure genetic center, we lead a peaceful life. So that's why Swamiji, he used to say, you take care of your thought, followed by word and deed. Definitely, you can lead a peaceful life. Moreover, you can lead a hale and healthy life. So happiness, pain, we should know the variation or the demarcation, I can see, or boundaries. So where the happiness crosses the limit, it results in pain, is it not? So all these things, it leads to whether we lead in a peaceful life or sufferings. So reasons for lack of peace: forgetting the true purpose of life, that is ignorance. Ignorance, say we confuse with the word ignorance and innocence. Innocence is different. But ignorance, most of the things we are committing, though we know the result. See, for example, we take more food, definitely it affects our health. We get some stomach problem. So once it happens, see, after 1 week or 10 days, the same thing happens, means we are again committing the same mistake. See, it's not innocence, it is because of ignorance. So the forgetting the true purpose of life, ignorance, that is cardinal sins, it leads to other next stage: dishonesty, thievery, murder, rape, and gamble. In Tamil we call as poi, kolavu, sudu, kolai, karpazhittu. So dishonesty, thievery, murder, rape, and gamble. So stagnation in consciousness due to unfulfilled needs is violence. So I expect something. If it is, affected, not possible to get it when I want or from whom I want, whether it is maybe object or person. So whoever being a hurdle, I find fault with him. So what happens? I justify my mistake. Whenever I commit a mistake, I say who is not doing, everybody is doing, so I am also doing. So this is the way of arguing. So when I commit a mistake, I become the lawyer. I used to defend. No, whatever I did, it is correct. I have not done any mistake. So I justify my mistake. When the same mistake is repeated by the third person or done by the third person, instantaneously we become the judge. Once again, we give the judgment. No, it is wrong. How can you do that? So when I do the same mistake, I become the lawyer. When the same mistake done by the third person, I become the judge. This is the pity of our life. What is the purpose? We live with a lot of ego. So whatever I do, it's correct. I will not accept a mistake, even if it is pointed by somebody else. If it is pointed by somebody else, straight away a retard. I find fault with that person who makes a mistake with me. So here, unless we understand the self, that is, when we are not pushed to understand the consciousness, that is the supreme power, definitely we will be leading a life with sufferings. So what is violence? Stealing for basic needs and terrorism. Everybody says this. See, whenever they fight with other people, they use these words. Well, our needs are not being fulfilled. So it leads to terrorism. It is a fact. It is a fact. Why there is the disparity among the people, wealth-wise, commercial-wise. So that's why Swamiji has brought so many reforms, social reforms, industrial reform, everything he brought. So reasons for in life, I can say. So problems in life, when needs remain unfulfilled and the consciousness remains engrossed with the material comforts. So we need money, there is no doubt, but money alone is not life. So this basic concept you have to understand. Then how much money will give the more satisfaction? There is no limit, there is no yardstick. It is up to our level, up to the mind. So the contented life, see, when we say the contented life, it doesn't mean that you should not have any ambition in the life. It's not like that. You should know where to get, how to spend, how to enjoy. Everything should be there. So money needed. It is a must. Without that, we cannot live at all. But money alone is not life. The same manner of fame. So whatever we do, it should be supported by the other people around us. So we should not give money and get the fame. So the action that I did, it should help others. Name and sensory pleasures. Here the sensory pleasures plays a vital role in our life. Because unless we know how we enjoy everything through the thought, word, and deed, there is a pleasure we enjoy, where we cross the limit, why it results in the sufferings, then only we can take care of the harmony between the body, mind, and soul. Because whatever we enjoy, we spend, we consume our biomagnetism. In other words, by consuming our own biomagnetism, we enjoy. When it crosses the limit, it results in the sufferings. Human consciousness gets stagnated, paving the way for fear, enmity, problems, and war commencing from the level of individuals and leading to unrest all over the world. It is a common problem everywhere. Not only here, everywhere, across the world. So inner conflicts, that's one of the reasons. So transform into external problems. So inner conflicts, when we are supposed to not understanding others, it may be house or it may be office. So it results in external problems. So wars are perennial. So next, it is an undeniable fact that wars have a long history throughout the human history. Whenever we talk about the war, we mention only the two wars, First World War and Second World War. In fact, there were so many wars have taken place. We talk about only these two things. Here, let me add one more point about Swamiji. See, he has witnessed two world wars in his life. Of course, during the First World War, he was very young. So he born in 1911. The First World War taken place in 1819 and 1920. In Second World War, he was around 34 years. So literally he has seen. So how far the people are suffering because of the war. So then only he had this revelation. See, unless the individual peace is maintained, we cannot achieve the world peace. Unnecessarily, the people are suffering. Here, let me add one point. We talk a lot about the sixth sense. Human beings, human race have sixth sense. They are very intelligent, this and that. But when we compare with the animals, see, for example, a tiger will not kill its own species, a tiger. An elephant will not kill another elephant. A lion will not kill another lion. There may be some exceptions in the animal kingdom, there's no doubt. But generally, no animal will not kill its own species. But we talk about the sixth sense, a human being. We are killing whom? Our own brothers and sisters. It's very pity, isn't it? Really, where we are going, nobody understands. See, that's why Swamiji insisted. See, in fact, when he went to US and he has spoken in the UNO, he has literally mentioned this. Of course, he faced a lot of problems because his openness. He has openly told the UNO people that this is a reason. This is a reason. So unless we practice sky yoga, the individual may not be in a position to understand himself. Unless he understands self, he will not understand others. This is the main concept he has given in the UNO. But the countries, what do you say, the veto power countries, 5 countries are there. So they are the supreme. So whatever decision taken by the other countries, if they can rule out with their veto power. That is the minus point in UNO. Of course, Swami just narrated everything in this, in his book rather. So when the UN has been started, why it has been started, what are the minus points, how to correct it. So that is the beauty of Swamiji. So he used to find the results or reasons for all the shortcomings, but he never stopped there. He has given in detail how to correct it. So these things, it's very, very important. Of course, the people who are enjoying with these wars, they are not prepared to listen to his words. That's a pity. It is an undeniable fact that wars have a long history throughout human history. The last 5,000 years of human history has seen 12,000 wars. These 12,000 wars between the countries. So what about the war within the country? Say, for example, in India, there is it's not called as war. It is a quarrel between the states. Andhra, Karnataka, Kerala, between the states. We call it as quarrels. So small type of wars, that's all. So here we are witnessing a lot of, so many people, we have witnessed a lot of wars across the country. So these are all the sufferings the people used to face when the war broke, is it not? Of course, we are seeing now how wars are fought in the initial stage without weapons. Only with the hands they will fight. You just imagine, just visualize. Of course, all of you would have seen the cinemas. So in the olden days, they used to fight with the hands only. Then came weapons. Then came with the animals. Then sharp-edged knives and arrows have been found out. Then bombs and nuclear weapons. That's the latest. Then now the biological war. Really, there's a technology, science has developed a lot. Excellent. Beyond the imagination, it has been developed. No doubt at all. But what for? For destructive purpose. That's what Swami says. See, Alfred Nobel, he found out that atom bomb is in that. So in the earlier, that is in the death stage, when he was the deathbed, he was mentioning, see, I found out the nuclear bomb for the purpose of constructive purpose, not for the destructive purpose. So the scientists or the politicians, they are using for destructive purpose. So he wept and he died, it was told. That has been recorded in the history. So here the scientists, whatever they found, is only for the constructive purpose. But whereas the scientists and as well as the selfish scientists, and the politicians, they use it for their own purpose, selfish purpose. So now the biological war. So technology has improved a lot. But what for? Instead of constructive purpose, there may be constructive purpose. The percentage is very less. It may be for 10% or 22%. But more than 80% used for the destructive purpose. So tragedy in Japan. This is the old history of during the Second World War. A low intensity atomic bomb called a little boy was dropped. Of course, we know the history. Another atomic bomb called Fat Man. So both happened in 1945. We know the history. So Pearl Harbor, that is the place where it has been taking place. Tamil, it's not necessary. So little boy, this only animation. The image of that bombs dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Of course, you know the history. I'm not going in detail. So effects of nuclear bombs, still it continues. That's the pity. Thousands of innocent people, children, mothers, doctors treating patients, and people traveling in buses and trains died instantly. The word instantly. There's no time at all. So within no time, they have been melted. Under the almost 100 kilometer circumference, it was told. So within no seconds. And moreover, what's happened? The effects, still it continues. It is a news. So these are the animations. So these are the pictures. Of course, let us not see this. It's only this, peace treaty and monument we are constructing themselves. Carved on the coffin in Japanese are the words, let all the souls here rest in peace, for we shall not repeat the evil. So that is the thing they've taken peace. But in fact, there is a revolution as far as the peace is concerned. So people are started talking about the world peace, though in some places it is happening. So, but most of the people, the leaders, they started So the importance of the peace, the importance of avoiding the war. The words are a pledge which make never to repeat the evil of war as they pray for the rest of the souls of atomic bomb victims. So nations have developed all this powerful enough to destroy this world 200 times. This is Swamiji when he went to US, he has seen one article there. So it was mentioned there, the nuclear bombs stock having all over the world, some of the main countries. So with the weapons, we can destroy the country 200 times. So the statistic was given in 1984, 74, 84, I think. But what about now? The technology has improved beyond the imagination. Just think. So the result will be more. 15 tons of explosives are on an average available for every individual living on the planet. So tunnels, beneath sea floor, satellites. So these things are being put there. So no fear of nuclear weapons in the absence of love and attachments. So this is the purpose where Swamiji comes, say, unless we understand the realization or realize the God and realize self, definitely we will not be in a position to lead a peaceful life. So when we understand or realize the God, automatically the love and compassion will go within ourselves. Science today is being utilized against all sense of natural justice. Bombs are awaiting test may be triggered to explode by enemy forces. So here Swamiji what said, see, most of the countries, when they are asked why are we having this much nuclear bombs, they say it's only for protective purpose. We will not put it to use. That's what Swamiji, the country said. But Swamiji said, see, the technology is improved a lot. Now this remote control system has come. So if the control of all the nuclear bombs, so unfortunately reaches some terrorist or bad elements, what will happen? They can trigger that not near the go down or somewhere else you have been holding it. From somewhere, some thousands of miles away, they can put into use. What will use? Is it possible to avoid it, or you can you control the explosion? It's not possible. So system of governance devoid of fondness for money or other things is imperative. So this is the statement given by the ex-Prime Minister. So types of war. There are so many types of there. War between countries, war between two religions, and ethnic war. In fact, as far as you are concerned, in your examination, it will be asked only these two world wars. So first world war, second world war, and you will be asked the importance of UNO, where it failed, and moreover, what is the definition of war, and moreover, what are the important wars that have taken place, and what are the effects, ill effects of the war. So only these things will be asked in your questions. So war between countries, war between religions, and ethnic war. So war between countries, Indo-Pakistan war, Siachen Glacier, Kashmir, of course it's continuing. War between two religions. So Jihad war, 7th century, Islamic concept of religious conflicts. To say these things will not be asked just for academic interest, just no, because any question with conflict, it will not be asked in our exam, because these things you are not supposed to talk openly in the society or forum or classes. It's only academic interest. Crusades 1094, Northern Crusade, the Muslim Christian conflicts in Palestine. So America, the truth about know very well. 9th November, the Twin City attack. Those things will not be asked. Ethnic war. So this is Swamiji's word. The last line, Nadanda Sellam Panangaladana. So we are living in the world, war is taking place, can we keep quiet? So what to do? How to correct it? So it's not possible to contact that president, somebody else, we can take a decision. But we can bless. That's why you're blessing. This blessings, what will happen? The people, the leaders who are trying for the world peace, it will give pressure, it will give their thoughts will be, intensified, so that they can find some solution for it. And these animations. The year 2007 saw the world spending nearly 1,313 billion US dollars in waging wars in 2007. So now it's 2022. You just imagine. So this calculation Swami is given. I mean, he has given the book. 1 billion is equal to this one. These are the calculations. So each individual spends around rupees 10,143 each year. Here, Swamiji added one thing. Each and every country, they are, allotting around 35 to 40% for the military, for the defense. So what Swamiji said, out of that, just 1%, whatever amount you allot for the defense, that 1% out of that amount, if you donate for the welfare of the society, what will happen? No child will die out of poverty, because in Somalia and Namibia, some countries, the kids are dying due to poverty, without food. So whereas in one side, we are spending a lot of amount for the war. So that's what Swami said. So Indian government had this year set aside 2,46,727 crores for defense purpose. The Indian government almost 50 to 20% allotted this towards defense. So production of ammunition is a highly lucrative business, because they are getting more kickbacks. If the production cost of one weapon were to be fixed at $1, the selling cost, Swami is given this. Selling cost, government tax, commission, profit. So commission is $50. So profit is $249. Thousands of people all over the world die every day without getting their basic needs fulfilled. Nations refuse to expend money and energy for eradicating poverty and developing the standard of living, instead of spending into procure ammunition. So people are dying for food. Of course, in many of the places it's happening. You see the undernourishment. So naturally, earthquake, tsunami, these are the natural calamities. So Vedanta Maharishi, as a responsible leader of the world, analyzes this. Solutions. So what are the solutions? Explaining the state of life force in a way that everyone can easily understand. That's the first point. Practice to regulate the function of mind and follow the virtuous life. The second point. So meditation leading a virtuous life. When it will happen? When we understand self, when we realize God. So God is everywhere. So when we say God is everywhere, when I accept that God is within me, I should understand God is within the third person also. I'm not supposed to give any sufferings to them. That's why in the twofold market we used to say, I in my lifetime will not cause any harm to anybody, either physically or mentally. I will render all possible to those who are suffering. That's a twofold moral culture. New way of life, that is twofold moral culture, Swami has given. So one world government, it will play a vital role. Plan to raise children with high moral principles throughout the world. So the first point, first plan Swami has given. Second one, rearing the children. Third one, economy equality everywhere. There shouldn't be any disparity. So I'm just given the schemes. See, my request is, see, all of you buy that book, World Peace. World Peace. So I'm just given the book in English, Tamil is there. I mean, explanation in Tamil and English there. World Peace. If possible, you just buy it. I keep it with you. Whenever you find time, you just go through it. It's a wonderful book Swami just given. So common economy by unifying countries together. So single currency, of these things are being taken place. It's not necessary. Just leave it. Reformation and a simple way of life. That's very important. And worshipping God within the self by understanding its true nature. So don't differentiate between the gods, whether it is Jesus or Allah or Shiva. Supreme power is one. There is no difference. The people, see, for example, the way of worshipping may differ, chanting mantras or something like that. But the main purpose, what is there? I want to lead a peaceful life. I want to lead a healthy and healthy life. My family members should be very comfortable. They should be enjoying their life. So this is the main concept, main prayer of all the people, isn't it? So worshipping method may differ. The trust may differ. But the ultimate prayer is the only one. Peace, peaceful life, healthy and healthy life. Creating a way of life that includes guidelines which allows to science in a righteous manner. So the science, whatever being invented by the science, it should be used for the constructive purpose. So Swamiji in 1975 delivered a talk on world peace in UNO. before represented from various nations, and which was presented by the Dr. C.V. Narasimha. So it was happened in 1975. Swamiji has delivered the lecture. This is the auditorium where Swamiji has delivered his lecture. So similarly, Vayatri Maharishi declared various plans to create one world government at a place called Yakaveli in USA. And the declarations were accepted totally by all the people present at the gathering. So as an individual, everybody understand, everybody accepts. But as far as the government is concerned, there is a lot of commotions, a lot of difference of opinion. They are not ready to accept it. And moreover, all the plans given by other countries, the 5 veto power countries, they are, if say the yes, then only it will come into existence or into operation. If any one country refuses to say yes, gone. Any plan for the battle, it's over. So present condition of UN, Swamiji has given. Equal rights and participation should be given to the representatives of all nations who are members of the United Nations, of the 192 countries. In fact, all the countries are not the members of UNO. That is the main minus point Swamiji used to say. Rules should be framed that are common to the entire world. United Nations should take the responsibility of preserving the birthright and freedom of all humankind. So everything will happen only when the UN will become the property of the world, not of USA. That's very important. Because since UNO is in USA, everybody thought that is the property of USA. It is not so. That's what Swamiji says. So UNO is common for the world. So whatever decision it takes should be abided by all the member countries. Even among the member countries, there is difference of opinion. Then what will happen? There is no power at all. So United Nations should take the responsibility of preserving the birthright and freedom of all humankind. Food, clothing, house, education, employment, marriage, and opportunity for research should be provided to every citizen by the government. Women should be provided with equal opportunities in all fields as men. Permission should be given to a group of people or nation which wants to live by itself after forming its own parliament and in accordance with the rules mentioned in the Charter of the UN. So once again, I repeat. So the World Peace, that book, you just please buy it and go through it. He has given all the research he has found out, Swamiji. So it will be continuing in 2 parts. First part, research, and second part, plans and implementation. So there he has mentioned all the reforms, what is to be followed for the world peace, for the individual peace and the world peace. So if it is, that's why Swamiji, you see, originally the book was written in Tamil. And subsequently in 1990, he has republished with the English version also. So here, why he has done, it is common for the world, not for India. That's why he has brought in the English, the explanations. The entire world should belong to all the people. Equal rights should be given to everyone to travel into any part of the world and live there. Special regulations and it will be possible only when one world government is formed. Say one country democratic, one country, I mean, what you say, other form they are using. Say revolution for China is entirely different. For Russia, it's entirely different. So like that, what will happen? All the nations are following so many methods. So instead of that, one world government is formed, whether it is democratic or communist, or whatever it may be, then only it will be possible. See, this traveling from one country, one place to another place without any visa, something like that, it will be possible. But only it is possible when the people understand that all human beings are the same or equal. If a country fails to perform its duties, UNO should take the responsibility to remove the government and educate the people and entrust the responsibility of ruling the country back to its citizen. So these are the points, basic points given by Swamiji. War should be declared illegal. Production of weapons of war, ammunition should be stopped. So who will take care of all these things? The UNO should be given the power. Service organizations formed under the world government should be taken the responsibility of improving the standard of living people through reforms. UN should take the responsibility of safeguarding the borders of all the nations. Veto power provided certain countries should be cancelled. That is the main point. So these are all the Swamiji in another 350 years, that is another 50 years, the world can see the world peace. That's what Swamiji dreamt. In fact, he started this one world government or World Peace Day on 1186. So from that day, 150 years, definitely the world will be in a position to see the world peace. So no peace, no locks. What will happen? If there is no war, it is common for all the country. Across the world, there is no war at all. Everybody living as brothers and sisters. What will happen? Locks and doors we may have, but thieves will not be there. In fact, this is the translation of one Tamil poem. Religions, caste, gender, and difference in terms of ruler, and the ruled will no longer exist. When it will happen? When the world peace is happen. Trees will bear fruits and flowers in plenty, but without gods to safeguard them. Whoever they can pluck the flowers, pluck the fruits, they can take. Science will prove beneficial in more ways than one. So it will be used for the constructive purpose. No one can estimate the time taken by nature to create such a beautiful world during the process of evolution. It's not possible because, see, let us take the case of our sky yoga. In fact, Swamiji has started this in 1958. In fact, from 1990 only, then excellent growth in the sky yoga practitioners. But comparing the total population of the world, the population, the people who are following the sky yoga, it's very minimum now, isn't it? Of course, it will be crosses some lakhs, but still it's very minimum, isn't it? So unless the people, they convert themselves, they follow the sky yoga, any yoga for that matter. That is, the purpose is to understand self. Then only we can attain the world peace. There are so many organizations there talking about this world peace. No doubt. Everybody is trying their own method and ways. There is no mistake at all. But the thing is, Swami has given in such a manner that anybody can easily follow. See, for example, you are following certain rules and regulations, lifestyle. So what Swami said, okay, you continue it. Along with that, you learn and practice Sky Yoga. That's what Swami said. So nowhere he said that you leave it everything, you come to Sky Yoga. He didn't say like that. And moreover, he didn't say that you leave your family and come to Sky Yoga. He never said. Along with the family, you have to do this, you have to learn this, you have to practice this. That's what Swami said. So that's the beauty of Swamiji. So let us create world peace. Let us bless the world every day. That's why we call us Valka Vayyagam, Valka Vayyagam, Valka Valamadam. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Any language for that matter. So for that matter, see, when we go on bless the world, go on bless the society, what will happen? Automatically, it's being recorded in the universal magnetism. Then whoever tries for the world peace, whoever plans, whoever takes steps, automatically their thoughts will be intensified. So they will show the way. So that's why Swamiji used to say, he has given on some Karma Yoga to us. So when you get up in the morning, you just do at least 7 times you see, Valka Vayyagam, Valka Vayyagam, Valka Vayyagam. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. In fact, even the people who are talking, following other language also, whether it's Telugu or Hindi, something like that, they also want to say the word only in Valka Vayyagam because it is more pressure rather. It has got value. That value we can understand. Valka Vayyagam, Valka Vayyagam, Valka Vayyagam. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Here, if you want to ask anything, you can ask. You can share your points.
Thank you, sir. Very great explanation about that individual peace. Yeah, our peace. So students can ask questions.
Yeah. Sure. It's the purpose only for interaction only.
Yeah.
Madam. This is Lakshmi Narsiman. So I haven't read all the details about what Swamiji has done, especially establishing world peace. I know that our organization is recognized by you, and we are a consulting body.
Yes.
But in the recent Ukraine-Russian war, has anything been done by Sky organization in either bringing awareness?
See, what is happening is they can give a suggestion only to that forum. So only the government, they have to take up the matter. In fact, what has happened in previously also, when we tried to become the member of that UNO previously also, but they have refused because the representation should come through the Indian government. But Swamiji has tried also, but still they could not because of the veto power countries. They are resisting. They are not all prepared to hear about the world war itself, world peace itself. And moreover, when Swamiji has spoken in UNO, what has happened? There is a lot of against for him. And the Mr. Narasimhan, who was taken to USO, he found very difficult to bring back Swamiji to India because that was the oppression opposition given by the people. Of course, now there is a change. Where after becoming the member in that agency, we are given the agenda and everything has been detailed there. But the government has to take up the matter along with the UN members. Of course, they are trying for, but still, it is once again, it is a ego clash between these two countries. In fact, it's creating a lot of problem. In fact, one thing. Second thing, whatever being told in the public or through the news or TV, I think it's very less. I think it's very less, because otherwise, in other words, if it is openly told everything in the society, a panic will be created, I think. Of course, one way it's good, but everybody prays for it. And moreover, the war is between these two countries. And apart from this, there is some crisis in a nearby country, that's Sri Lanka. The people are suffering like anything. They can't buy anything there. Because we have our Yalpanam Arivitirkoil, one Mr. A professor used to talk, Murugananda Vel. So he used to mention there is no diesel, no power, no petrol. Everybody is starving like anything. In fact, see, they can even die for that. See, during the pandemic situation, during the corona period, what happened? Of course, there was no food. What people are praying for, okay, now it's not possible. At least leave us to die. That's what they are praying. They find it very difficult. So, like this, in so many places, apart from this, some communal wars between the Muslims and somewhere else it's been happening. So all these things can come to an end only when the people, they can understand self. They realize the God. So till that time, we have to face this. So one question was raised to Swamiji. See, you are doing all this meditation, you are chanting, and you have the meditative power. With that energy, is it not possible to stop the war? Swamiji said, yes, it is possible. But one person is not enough. Because all of you join with me. See, all of you join. See, if all the people join together and bless, definitely the war will come to an end. So that's what Swamiji said. So that's a quarrel. Of course, if you know, I can understand. Ilar palarahe karanam, norpa silar palar noladavar. That means some people are living peacefully, some people are not living peacefully. So how to correct it? By blessings, by chanting mantras, we can do. But the percentage is very less. The people who are leading a virtuous life, it's only 10%. The other 90%. So this equation should, vary, vice versa. So the people who want to live virtuous life, they should be 90%. The others, if it is changed to 10%, then we can easily attain this world peace. Of course, as you said, it has been taken, it has been spoken in the UNO, and from the Sky Yoga, as a member, we also represented. The things are going on. I don't know when it will come to an end. Really, it's very pity, sir. Really, it's very pity.
Very, very sad. Yeah.
Very sad. Very sad.
Yeah, true. Another observation is it's not about these kind of big wars. We can see how in society so much negativism or negativity thoughts are there.
Yes.
A lot triggered by social media and stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Especially among younger generations. Our generations and prior, we had different kind of problems.
Yes.
These younger generations problems are it's like a metaverse kind of deal where sometimes you see, is it even a really problem, right? But that's what in their mind it is a problem. So
true.
So it's very interesting how, yeah.
Yes, the media is magnifying everything, and moreover, a lot of diversions. See, in fact, in India, in Chennai, we are seeing a lot of unwanted things among the children, among the kids, among the school boys. So where they are going, we do not understand at all. Only because after the invasion of this mobile, I can see mobile or the data network, I can say the word invasion. After the invasion of this laptop, computer, and mobile, everything is going, beyond the control. People can argue. See, it contains not only minus, it's only plus. See, it may be containing plus, but I'm not supposed to see only the pluses. I'm seeing only the minus. So that's the pity of the today. It's very sad. As I said, it's very, very sad.
Yeah, the mobile invasion is it's worse than a nuclear war, I would say.
Exactly. It is better than Corona, I think. Corona is somewhat better. I can see, at least we can end our life, that's all. But whereas this is killing day and night.
Yeah. I mean, you said it's a very powerful tool, but it's not a control now. So
Yes, yes.
when I recently traveled India, I saw every kid. Earlier, we used to like தமிழ்ல சொல்லலாம் இளநீ வித்துட்டு இருந்தாங்க ஒரு இடத்துல
Yes, yes.
பைபாஸ் ரோட் சைடுல.
Uh,
நான் ஸ்டாப் பண்றேன். அங்க வந்து 4 பசங்க சும்மா விளையாடிட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஒரு கேம் விளையாடிட்டு இருக்காங்க. Some
Oh.
like very online mobile game.
oh, oh.
I was amazed by the technology availability and penetration, all that. But I was also sad. வெளியில போய் விளையாடிட்டு நம்மலாம் இருந்த காலம் போய் இப்போ வந்து உட்கார்ந்துட்டு போன் வச்சு பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. So
Yes, yes.
I don't know what to say there, but we all know the challenges. So
Really. That's why, see, the main, what you see, duty of the parents. Let me repeat, the duty of the parents, father or mother, the boy or girl, if they are reading in a room, late hours or something like that, you just go through what they are reading, what they are seeing. It's the main duty of the parents, because the divers, they are not going behind it, but once they go through the YouTube or something like that, unwanted things they are seeing, so unnecessarily they are being diverted. That's what happening in city. That's what happening. So as parents, we have got lot of duties. You need not ask the children why you are doing, why you are studying. You need not. You just see, you just observe. So when the kids feel that the parents are observing me, definitely they will not commit the mistakes. At least they will have some fear. But most of the parents, of course, I don't know about the USO. Here in city, what happens? The people, they say 2 years back, what we are telling, you don't touch the mobile, don't see it, don't do it, like that. No, what's happening? We are given the mobile, they are attending the class through the mobile only. The mobile is all the 100 round the clock, it is with the kids only. I don't know where we are going.
when I try to tell my kids, stop the close the devices, they'll say, no, I'm doing my homework.
Yes.
So that's an excuse now. And within few seconds, I can't really monitor every minute, right? So
it's true.
But
so
actually,
at least we should spend some time with the kids. That's very important.
Very
See,
important.
We need not advise. We need not advise. Just be with them. So you have food with them, be with them, spend 5 to 10 minutes with them. So it's enough, because most of the parents, of course, they may not be finding them sometimes. So it may apply for some families. But whenever you find time, you just spend for 10 to 15 minutes with the kids. That's very, very important.
Yes,
I think ultimate message for me is virtuous life is very important. That way we become a model.
Yes.
Self-peace is very important. Like without that, like if I'm always angry and frustrated and irritated, I can't preach world peace, right?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can ask it.
Ask me.
Geetama, do you have any questions?
No. I said thank you, Varga. I was just going to say, not only even at home, I think we are all heroes for our kids as well. So
yes,
when we talk about mobile, I always think I should stop using mobile as much so that I can tell my kids not to use, so they follow me, right? So it starts from here, and then when the kids are in teenage, they start questioning us. There's a lot of peer pressure, especially in this country, when we have different cultures. In the Western world, they are given independence at a very early age, right? Like at 12, 13. But in our country, it's like we still try to take control of what the kids do until they are married or until they go to university. So there's a lot of challenges we face in this country compared to, challenges are much more.
Yes. You're right.
I agree. It's very complicated here.
Confused daisies is what we're called.
Yeah.
We don't know what is right.
Yeah, totally. And one thing I will share is there's a lot to learn from them. Instead of judging our kids, I have a daughter who goes to second year college. I have 2 boys who are going to high school next year. I feel that I don't know much about their life, their sense and sensibility, what challenges. So I stopped judging and being more I mean, I still have values and system stuff, but I think as a professor said, we need to listen to them more, be with them more. That's probably where we'll
yes.
empathize. It's very easy to judge saying, "Na anda kaalathula appadi irundhen." It doesn't work.
Yes.
They are very smart. They say we're not worried about how you lived before. Our life is totally different now.
See, in fact, their IQ is entirely different. We can't compare with them at all. Sometimes we can't answer the question at all. So they're very intelligent.
They're very intelligent, yes.
Yes.
I think they have much more challenges compared to us. Peer pressure and thought of so many things, which
So
their world is totally
yes.
different.
That's why you say in the coming years they have to lead a peaceful life. So we have to take care of them. So that's why we should be in a position to guide them properly. It is our duty rather. Of course, not at all times we have to advise them, not like that. But unless we take care of the kids, we have to show the right way to them. It may not be possible to lead a peaceful life in their period, because day in day out there is a changing like anything beyond the imagination.
Yeah. So one thing, if you look at it, when you see this war world and quarrel and riot and everything, one question comes up: what I can do, right? In this situation, can you go and talk to Putin? Even you can go and talk to your Senate or congressman saying, do something about it, blah blah blah, right? But it's just okay. It's a democratic duty you can do. But what I feel is, if I can bring up my kids in a very civic sense, virtuous life, healthy mind and stuff, that's all I can do. That's my duty. And if I do that well, I think hopefully I can peacefully say I've done my part.
Yes. See, when we take care of the kids in our family, if the same principle is being applied by all the families across the world, then easily we can see the change. So see the application in the one family, it has to go to 100,000 lakhs, crores, something like that. So all the family, the parents, when they take care of their kids, to show the right direction, and as well as about the present scenario. So if you are in a position to lead a virtuous life, so the message will be taken by kids very easily. They can understand. So they will also be, going to the direction. Then only it will be easy for us to see or witness whatever we want. Easily we can do. So it is in our hands. That's why I repeat again. I say it is in the hands of the parents.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I have a couple of questions, sir.
Yeah.
So one question is you mentioned that Maharishi said 150 years, right? 150 years for the world peace to happen. When did he mention that, and when is that 150th year? Just curious to know.
So it's starting from 1986, he said. So 1986 from 150.
Oh, 1986 plus 150.
Yeah.
Okay.
So already, see, 14 plus 22, that is over. So 350 years he was telling. Why he has given this 150 years? 7 generations. So one generation is equal to 20 years. So when a child, boy or girl, attains 20 years, he can give birth to boy or girl, is it not? So 20 years, one generation. So 7 generations, 140 years. That's why Swami said. So each and every generation, if this message is carried over by the generation people, the other generation, then it will be easy to see the world peace in 150 years. So already 36 years or 40 years over.
Okay. So 1986 is the starting year.
On that 1980s, he's formed this.
Okay.
Great grandkids might enjoy the benefit of what we do now.
Like the one world government, is it, sir?
One world government and leading a virtuous life. That's all. Each and everybody say, let us lead a virtuous life. That's very important. So whatever we do, whether we earn or whether we work or something like that, take care of our family members, understand others. So don't expect a lot from others. So our kids are there, parents are there. So whatever I do, let me take care of my thoughts, words, and deeds. So I'm not supposed to hurt others, their feelings. So when I'm in a position to take care of this, as we said, we are the role model of our kids, for our kids rather. So they see us and they learn. We need not teach them, we need not advise them at all. They observe a lot. They see them. So, okay, this is the way. Say, for example, some guest comes, of course, USO is entirely different. I'm talking about India. Whenever any guest come to our house, let us show the hospitality. So the kids who are seeing me, they will learn the hospitality. I need not teach them. they can straight away learn that hospitality. But most of the families, what happens, they just ignore. See, in fact, in those days, there was some group, what you say, joint family system was there. Of course, due to some reasons, it's not possible now. I agree. But where it is possible, if we follow the, joint family system, definitely we can see solution for so many questions. Because when the elders are there at home, whenever some crisis happen, definitely they can get advice from them. And more, it's a moral support for the youngsters. But what the youngsters, they feel when the elders are there, their, that independence is gone. It's not like that. It's not like that. So it is a supportive role they are doing. Of course, there are some mistakes from the elders also. So in some of the families, the elders are the main problem in some families. I agree, but not in all families. And moreover, when we expect a lot from others, see, I close my eyes. So even when they say some good things, I'm not supposed to hear. I just ignore, I just return. But instead of that, okay, there may be some points in his advice, in their advice, in the third party's advice. Then only we can get some good things from others. That's why for our growth, what we have to do, you just keep your eyes and ears open. That's enough. That receptivity should be there. Then we can do wonders. See, whenever I have some problem or I want to advise somebody else, I give some advice. So immediately I expect they have to follow my advice. They have to follow my rules. They have to follow my principles. It's not so. So when I feel that I have my own will and wish, the same manner, the third person also may be having the will and wish. So giving opinion is not wrong. We have got every right to tell the opinion. But only thing is, if we expect that whatever I say should be followed by the third person, whether it's family member or office, definitely we will be failed. We have got the rights to tell the opinion. But it should be followed. If we expect like that, definitely we will be failed. And for that matter, is it right to say that when a person commits mistake, I'm not to say anything? It's not like that. You have to correct it. But according to the situation, according to the surroundings, according to the place, according to his mood. That's why Swamiji in News of Anger, that topic he used to say, whenever a person commits a mistake, you at the same time, you don't point it out. You just wait for. You just, after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, if you guide, if you give the guidance, definitely they will accept. But what we say, our purpose is whenever a person commits a mistake, whether it is family member or society, straight away I want to point out that mistake and hurt him. So my aim is not correcting the action. My aim is hurting the person. You just try to understand the difference. So the purpose is to correct the action, not the person. If a kid is not writing properly, his handwriting is very bad, means our aim is to correct the handwriting. So that should be the purpose. Why we are committing this mistake? Sheer ego. Because if I say, he should hear, that's all. It may be correct, I don't deny. But according to the situation, we have to correct it.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Because it's a thin line, actually. So
yes.
I have one more question, Aishwarya. Do you have more questions? Should I wait for you to finish, or
you can go ahead, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. In whatever I've learned so far in this program, I just didn't come across something that talks about how, I'm not talking about addiction in the sense like, addiction to alcohol or addiction to smoking or something. These days, there's so many addictions. Watching TV is an addiction. Some people are addicted to exercises. Some people are addicted to phones, right? What is the way to, control your thoughts from wavering or, getting addicted to such thing? Is there a practice?
No.
Or is one of these practices that we've learned in introspection, there is some hidden, ways to correct ourselves from being addicted to such things?
What Swamiji said, see, whenever we got some addiction, instead of trying to get rid of that addiction, instead of trying to think about it, let us divert ourselves. Say, for example, I get some anger when seeing somebody else. So let me divert myself. See, I can see some books or TV, something like that. So instead of trying to correct what has happened already, again and again thinking about it, let me divert myself and do certain good things. So instead of thinking that person who has hurt me, or because of him I face some sufferings, let me bless him. So that's why Swami said, see, the corrections or anything, it should be come within ourselves. So instead of correcting him, okay, he has done a mistake. 1 or 2 times I told. He didn't change himself. Okay, let me bless. So whenever I'm addicted to certain things, say for example, reading papers or seeing TV or something like that, suddenly what happens, we will be having some illusions, unwanted things, unwanted fear will be having within our mind. So we want to get rid of that unwanted fear. How to correct it? You let us divert it. You see, hear Swamiji's audios or read Swamiji's books, something like that. I will tell you one small point here. So make it a point to read Swamiji's philosophy, whether it is 2 lines or 5 lines or 1 paragraph, something like that, before going to bed daily. So when you read this philosophy, it may be 2 lines. So just think over it. So what happens before going to bed, if you go in this peaceful state, definitely you will have a peaceful state, a peaceful mind, peaceful sleep rather. And moreover, you can see a change in your genetic center. This is superimposition. So whatever we see the good things, so let us not think, see what are the minus points in our genetic center. Let us not go and search for it. Let us take care of the akamya karma. So akamya karma, the present, the thought, word and deed. Because when we take care of the thoughts followed by word and deed, definitely it will help us a lot. So what we want to get rid of, any addiction for that matter, if you want to change it, you don't chant, I want to get rid of that addiction, I want to get rid of, don't do it like that. You divert yourself. You read the books, you hear Swamiji's audios, you do meditation for some time. See, so far what we are doing, whenever I lose my mood, when I'm not in balance, see, I'm something I dull, we are going to temple, is it not? We are going to pray, puja room, is it not? So the same thing we are going we are doing meditation. So sit silently, do Shanti Yoga or any meditation for that matter. What will happen? Your agravate level, the mind frequency will come down. Slowly will come down. But it is easy to say, when the mind is the agravate level, it's not possible to do the meditation. But if you try first time, second time, third time, fourth time, then whenever we get disturbed, definitely our mind will be searching for some meditation. That's a practice.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, can you conclude, sir?
Yeah.
So thank you very much, sir, for beautifully explaining the concepts of individual peace and how it would lead to world peace. It was like actually very in depth. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wish you all the best. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Charuma, can you conclude the session? We would like to bless you, sir, and let us all come to Durian stage. Charuma, you can do it.
Yeah. So let's come to the brief. This is Professor Muniratramaya, sir. So Professor Muniratramaya, be blessed by the divine. Professor Munirathramaya's health and well-being, be blessed by the divine. Professor Munirathramaya's profession, be blessed by the divine. Professor Munirathramaya's loving family, be blessed by the divine.
Be blessed.
Spiritual,
be blessed by the divine.
Be blessed by the divine. Whole well-being, be blessed by the divine. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Let us meet again.